Hello, hello, and hello to all of my Aries. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your Freedom Friday message. Let's get right into it. This reading is for the 30th of June through the 30th of July, Aries. Let's go. Let's see what your cards have to say. Let us see what your cards have to say. What is the message in your reading? First card out of the deck is Coexist. Wow. We have the Three of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. Coexist. First energy you want to coexist with is the other planets in your universe. What is your sun sign? It may be Aries because you're watching this, but you also want to find out your moon, rising, Venus, Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, all of the planets in your line. So you want to print out your birth chart. The link for birth charts is below in the description. Here we have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Ace of Cups. We also have the Eight of Cups. So somebody had gotten so used to people standing around watching you like this, sad, hurt, depressed, all of those things, and people standing around just knowing that you're hurting, and they're just not doing anything, not helping you, not tending to your needs, that kind of thing. The source is saying those energies have cut themselves out of your life. They just kind of stood around and watched you go through a lot of things and did not lift a finger to try to help you. Sources, those energies cut themselves out of your universe, and somebody has to come to terms with that people have, and that can be shocking for some people. Like, people know I'm going through things and they're just standing around watching people just assume the worst and attacking me and those kind of things. They cut themselves out of your universe. And so source is saying to you, Three of Pentacles, everything is perfectly aligned for you in terms of your money. So it's like source is saying, release those people, let those energies go, just close out the cycle. If you're waiting for some kind of closure or apology or explanation as to why people stood around and just let people hurt you, if they're standing there with a fan in their hand and you were in this position right here, what makes you think you're going to get a clear answer from them when they knew something, you were going through some things? Sources are saying, move on, move on. Here we have the Three of Wands. Some of you all, somebody was in a marriage. Somebody was in a marriage and the other side of the family did this to you. People stood around, they didn't, like somebody you could have been married to, just watch their family just attack you like vultures. And they did nothing but stand around and just watch you. And it could have been a man or woman. I know in the cards you see this person right here, but it could have been a man or woman that just let their family attack you like just wild animals. And so you are, and it could have happened in some of your friendships. It could have happened to you in the workplace. It could have just kept happening to you. It could have happened from your own, you could have been a black sheep of your family. But source is saying to you, God was trying to make room for you. So it had to get, for some of you all, it had to get that bad before you let some people go. And for some people, they went right back to those, like, okay, well, I because my heart is torn, then you start justifying, let me take the high road, they're hurting too. And somebody has to be, let me see, maybe we can go hang out and maybe I can make them feel better. So it's just like, recognize this. This person right here is just as dangerous as the person who left the sword, the people who left the swords in you. Just as dangerous. Because they are running back telling these people how sad and depressed you are. This person right here that sees you like this, they're running back telling those people just how sad you are. But your spirit is already telling you that. Somebody is so afraid of being alone that they will stay connected to these energies that keep running back and talking about you. Where source is saying, get up because you can thrive without them. You don't need to be in survival mode anymore. God is exposing everybody around you. Plan a trip, go somewhere, learn how to surf, get out there in the water if you can, or near water. You don't even have to get in the water, but near water. But learn how to protect your heart, Protect your creativity. Protect your adaptability. Learn how to protect your joy, because nobody is coming to save you. This is like, you got to treat this like the pearl. Like, yeah, I got to protect this. Like, this is value. My emotions are, my heart is valuable. You know, my adaptability, my creativity, this is valuable, right? And so sources say, get onto dry land, get away from, you know, like, toss things into a burning bowl. But I do see somebody taking a trip. I see somebody going somewhere and getting away. Once God exposes that people are stood around and watched people hurt you, and they did nothing about it but sat there like ooh and ah, like you were on display somewhere, and now they want to come back around and coexist. No sir and no ma'am. With friends and family members like this, who needs enemies? Some people will sit there and watch you, literally sit there and watch you depressed, sad, broke, busted, and disgusted. And when you ask them, why would you let me sit there? I would never do that to you. They would say, oh, I didn't know what to do. I thought you would eventually get up. Like, I thought you would figure it out. Well, what the heck are you around for? You know, you almost want to say that, like, why are you here? You know, that kind of energy. Like, wow, you didn't call and check on me. Or if you called and checked on me, you know, it somehow got back to other people. I had to find that out, you know. Oh, well, they were just asking. I want to let everybody know that you were okay. You called my enemies to tell my enemies that I was okay. Whew. And they want to coexist. Ciao, bye. That's the energy somebody need to be on. It's like, ciao, goodbye. Goodbye and good riddance. So anyway, so this is what I'm seeing for you. So 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords. We have the Hierophant card. We have the 6 of Wands, and also the 2 of Cups. Yep. So like I said, somebody sat around and watched their family attack you, and you really loved somebody, and they watched their family attack you, and they want to coexist. You know what, Aries? I was getting ready to say jokingly, this is a justifiable pull out the blowtorch moment. But no, let's keep the vibrations high. But no. You don't want to pull out the blowtorch on this. But somebody has to recognize when people cut themselves out of your universe, for real. Like, somebody has... Here we have the 5 of Swords and also the 9 of Swords. Something has definitely been like a nightmare. So if it wasn't somebody's family that you love, somebody has watched other family members talk about you, and they didn't say or do anything to help you whatsoever. These are people that you love. These are people that you love, including friends that became, you know, like friends that's like you call as like your brother or sister. You know how people say, this is like my brother or sister. So I see you victoriously moving on from this, waking up from this nightmare. Like, you know what, this is, as sad as this is, I'm moving on. I am moving on. I have an innate spiritual understanding of things that I need to reconnect with I need to pull my birth chart. I'm not afraid of being by myself. But see, this is going to prompt somebody to start pulling compatibility charts, not just in love, compatibility charts on everybody. Can I be friends with this person? Are we going to work together? You know, we're going to have a healthy working relationship. Somebody's going to start pulling some compatibility charts and sitting down, printing that stuff out, printing the charts out, highlighting stuff. Your stuff and their stuff. You don't need the time of birth date, where they were born. That's it. And I shared this information on my second channel. Yeah, you need the time of birth for the ascendant, but everything else will populate. But anyway, here we have the 2 of Cups. I see soulmate energy in your life. You know, soulmate energy, could you be your significant other, or it could be new love, or it can be just a platonic. When I say new love, it could be like agape, platonic love, not necessarily romantic, unless that's what you want. But this person right here, and I may have said it, so if I repeat what I'm saying, it's just because this should be unsettling for somebody right here. This person right here is just as bad as the matter of fact, they worse, because they like the go-between. They like the go-between. They like the Judas. You let them get that close to you, and they're the one that's drilling the hole. They're the ones that's taking all the information back. For somebody, it could be a Taurus, because we're looking at the And again, somebody might not even realize why they're having nightmares. But like, I'm just say this to you, Aries. It's somebody who, this person resents you. This person right here, they resent you. This person resents you because they're looking at you going through all of this hardship, the sadness and all that, and they just standing around. It's like somebody resents you to a point, like somebody has to start paying attention as to other signs of resentment. You know, you would rather a person just cut you off and never talk to you again, and you figure, I don't even know why they don't talk to me anymore. They don't want to have anything to do with me. At least they gone on with their business. The ones that staying around, and you catch that eye roll, or them cutting their eyes at you, or seem to be a little bit too filled with glee while you going through the work. Somebody need to start paying attention, because when I look at this, their energy is contributing to your nightmares, and your ancestors are trying to expose people around you. Be glad when people just cut you off. When people say, I'm done, I'm just move on. They just one day in your life, the next day they gone. Close out the cycle. They moved on with their life. This one right here, these people are a parent. These people are a parent. They came with you. I mean, it's not like you walking down the street with a sword in your hand. These are people that you trusted. They just said something about you. They don't care. They just do something, just move on with their lives. This one is what somebody needs to be paying attention to. This one right here can be living right under living in your house. Or this person could be like talking to every single day. It's something that they want from you. Let's see what they want from you. They stand around like this, smiling and laughing while people are talking about you. Pay attention, Aries. Pay attention. The Star card, the Emperor card, the Hanged One, the King of Pentacles, that's where it is, and the Seven of Pentacles. This is what it is right here. I'm not surprised to see this card pop out. So they know they waiting for that harvest time to happen. They waiting for the harvest time. So this is how you're gonna fix this. Hold on. Like I said, your money is in perfect alignment. And so Source is trying to get you to put your energy towards your purpose. Like, what is the reason why you're here on earth? Right? What's the reason? So Source, they know you can take care of yourself, but they want that from you. They want you. They say, like, okay, here's the difference between you and them. Give me a second. Because somebody could be on a cusp of Taurus. Somebody could be on a cusp of Taurus and Aries. Somebody wants you to... they're absolutely in it for... they're in it for the money. I mean, if I have to be just direct, they're in it for the money, but it's the resentment. It's like a person who is, they like to see you hurt. So in their mind, it's almost like they can justify hanging around you to see you hurt. I'm trying to, okay, so it is, they'll sit up and talk with you. This is somebody that somebody's related to. They'll sit up and talk to you. They'll sit up and, or somebody that you were either thinking about marrying, or somebody you could have been married to, something having to do with like family, or it's not necessarily relative, like somebody you would consider family. So relative, somebody still considered relatives as family. Some people still use those words interchangeably. It could have been somebody you were thinking about marrying, or, like you could see them a part of your family, right? It's like somebody went through so much hurt in their own family and somebody is still in a nightmare. And every time you think about some situations from your past, it's like they like to see you like this. And your ancestors keep whispering in your ear, it's them, it's them, it's them. Pay attention. Like, that's what your ancestors are saying. Pay attention, pay attention. So source is saying hang in there. You have guardian angels that's saying make sure you are nurturing your inner child, like doing things that you love to do. Like what is it? It's not just, you know, of course drinking water is part of it. It's taking spiritual baths, spiritual showers, all that is part of it. But what does your inner child like to do? You know, do you like going to amusement parks? Do you like roller skating? Do you like dancing? Do you like karaoke? Like what does your inner child like? Is somebody like almost neglected their inner child? Because source is saying hang in there with yourself, because somebody's trying to figure out more or less about like how to coexist. And you got to make sure you figure out yourself first before you can coexist, because otherwise somebody will let somebody's fear of being by themselves or what people think of you and that kind of thing, where you all are a pretty independent sign. This energy for you, they just have a twisted, they have a really well, okay, your definition of family could be different than their definition of family. So if you heard what their definition of family, like they would sell anybody out. They really would. They would sell anybody out. It wouldn't matter to. That's where the resentment comes from. It's like, you ever see people, Aries, that's so money hungry. They don't care who they steamroll over. They don't care if you're sitting there like this. They don't care if you're sitting there like this, because it's for them, you're dealing with somebody who is just like really callous. Like somebody who is in a zombified state themselves, but they feel enough to resent people, like to really look at people like they looking at a person just in their weakest moment. So I need you all to get real clear in talking to source. Source, expose them. Thank you for exposing them right now. Source is going to expose it while you're taking care of yourself, while you're doing things for you. That's how source is going to expose it, because talking to them, you may think, okay, well, I'm just talking to them. I'm just telling them stuff, you know. They bringing me information back, and I'm taking, you know, I'm sharing things with them in my weakest moment, because the person's not thinking clearly when they're like this. They're not thinking clearly like when they're like this. I don't want to get out of the bed. Woe is me. I can't, you know, I don't understand why people keep hurting me, and that's not my heart towards people. And they just sitting there listening. So you have a guardian angel that's saying, toss out all the bitter taste in your mouth and replenish your water. Get out there and do some things that you love to do by yourself without the regular, you know, the regular schmegglers, right? When I say that, like the regular energies that you're used to hanging around. Like sign up to some groups or whatever. Get around some new energies so that so some things can be exposed to you. Because somebody is trying to, in their mind, trying to coexist with some people that's All I can see in the spirit realm is that somebody is sitting around with, you know, like people are inviting you to stuff. But what I see in the spirit realm is that you're happily, you know, you kind of trying to put on a happy face and trying to keep your spirits as high as possible, Aries. But what I see standing around you are people with like Doberman Pinscher teeth, like their demons are showing. Those types of energies, like they sitting around you just like seeing that you feel weak and sad, and that you don't like you're going through something, and they're acting like, oh, well, we're going to invite Aries to this and we're going to invite Aries to that, and because they know how you feel. Somebody just like waiting around. But it's something about this energy right here. Read. You're entering into a season of abundance and prosperity. And like I said before, there are some energies, no matter what kind of test you put them through, because all they see is the money. They know somebody is coming into some money. So they'll sit there and listen to everything you have to say. They'll listen to whatever, versus a person who is self-sufficient. Yeah, they may hang around for a little while, but for them, they're like, okay, you know what, I'm self-sufficient. I can make my own money. I don't need to be connected to that. Like, I see you hanging around all of these vultures. I don't even want to be connected to that. Those people have already moved on. They moved on with their lives. See this right here? They already moved on. And for somebody has already told you, don't trust those people, Aries. Somebody told you. Somebody said, Aries, don't trust certain people. But see, when people are telling you things, you know, when you're not ready to hear them, because you know, it could have been some fear or some doubt. Like, I don't want to just cut people off like that. Like, I'm not a cold and heartless person. Somebody may have said that to you. You need to cut certain people off. That's not your friend. That's not your so-and-so. That's not your whatever. Those people don't have your best interest at heart. Somebody was like, well, I don't trust anybody at this point. Because, again, look at all these sword wounds. Why would you trust anybody? But Source is saying you can trust Source inside of you, right? Imagine the disappointment that you have when you realize who the Judas is. Imagine that disappointment. Look at the bigger picture. That's what I'm telling you. God is trying to get somebody to look at this, like, hang in there. Hang in there. It's like, learn how to adapt, like to ascend higher. Okay, I need a full stop. Like, full stop. I need to look on the horizon. Like, I need to stop everything. I need to get away from all of these energies right here and say, okay, maybe I need to join some new groups. Maybe I need to hang out by myself one day. Maybe I need to take myself to the amusement park. Whatever it is you like to do, take myself roller skate, take myself to the movies or theater or whatever I like to do for myself, and get with Source. Source, okay, you got my undivided attention. Maybe I need to go to the park. You know, you have my undivided attention, God. Okay, talk to me. Tell me what I'm not seeing. Help me with something. Like, I'm not catching it. Like, something is not, I'm so like this. I feel like this right here. And I need some answers, because because I see it clearly in the spirit realm. I do see, you know, a bunch of like those teeth. Like, those are the things that's like kind of like really just like, I just see you walking into a room like as this light, Aries, and there's people who are just like, has anybody ever seen a Doberman Pinscher's teeth? Because that's what it looks like. They look like those razor sharp teeth. Like if they were to smile, like, you know, they may have like regular faces, but if they smiled, you'll see those teeth. Those, oh my God. If you ever had a and I love dogs. Have you ever seen Doberman Pinschers' teeth? If you don't know what they look like, pull it up online. That's what their teeth look like. That's where you'll see the wickedness, you know, on their face. That's where you see that shape shifting. Just evil. Pure evil behind smiles. Lowest frequency. Waiting to pounce, because they know you can take care of yourself. You don't really need them. Let's see. You all are a highly intuitive sign, Aries. A lot of people see very authoritative energy in you. Like, somebody has gone through a lot of attacks in their workplace with people. Like, people trying to attack you, trying to attack your work ethic, you know, trying to get you fired. Just a lot. And that can be exhausting. It can be draining. But these are people that you love right here. Pegasus, the number 30. Break free, dear one. Spread wide and far, for you aren't containable. You are limitless. You are limitless. And it's something about their kids too. These could be either in-laws or these could be family members. But the in-law, it's like the in-laws' kids though in particular. Like, there's something about you that kind of sort of stands out, Aries, that their kids see it, but it's like some of the parents are so jealous. Okay, hold on. Let me Again, only take what resonates with you. That's all I can tell you. If you have a solid situation, but somebody's sister-in-law is if you look at it from a compassionate standpoint, you would actually feel sorry for her. It's like you would feel sorry for her if you look at it through a compassionate lens. And so let's keep the frequency high. But this person they're into some very dark energy. Like, this is the type of sister-in-law that will compare your kids to their kids, always making comparison, whose eyebrows are the thickest, or whose nose is the slimmest or widest, or who has more defined lips or pronounced, whatever. I mean, like that kind of stuff. They down to like the hair texture. I mean, just like, you're thinking like, what in the world? They are very miserable. This is the sister-in-law. They are very, very miserable. They love to keep stuff going, like keeping stuff. But this is not this person right here. That's not them, right? They love to keep stuff going. Matter of fact, to that energy, you may say, whatever, like that's, like you may even like swat them like a fly, like whatever. They're like a puppet master, though. They're kind of, their energy is almost like they come across as like, oh, they're harmless to some degree. So you may say, okay, let me swat that thing. But swat that, when I say that thing, I'm not calling them a thing. I mean like the energy, like let me just, whatever. That's not even that deep or serious. But they have the ear of other family members. I think everybody has that person in the family, Aries, that the gossip in the family. So you got to learn how to use their gossiping to your advantage. Like, they're not a person that you would tell some deep, dark secrets. They are a person who would say, you know what, I'm thinking about planning a party. Can you get some information out for me? Oh, I'm not really good at that. But you know what I'm saying, Aries? Oh, I'm not really good at, party planning. But before you can even hang up the phone, they've already called 20 people. Oh, guess what? Aries is having a party. I don't have all the details yet. As soon as I can find it, I just hung up with Aries. But they just told you they're not good at party planning. So that would be a way of like using it to your advantage. Like, okay, let me just tell the town crier. Let me tell the gossip. That I'm having a party and I'm thinking about at letting them. They want to be put to some kind of use. But they are not the type of person that you would tell something like if you're going, like if you depressed and you sad and you really going through things, because they would call people like they're so concerned. Oh my God, did you know, a person starting out their conversation, did you know? Person on the other end didn't know what you were going through. And today said, well, yeah, I'm really worried about Aries. Did you know they were going through something? Yeah, I'm not, you're the only person I'm telling, so don't tell anybody else. But then they'll get on the phone and call 20 other people. Yeah, did you know Aries was going there? So they're not that person. You don't want to tell them that kind of stuff. So the point is that they like to keep so much confusion around you that this is the energy. And again, don't get it mixed up that it's a man or a woman. It's actually a spirit, right, that likes to see you hurt. Source is saying that's the dangerous energy that you need to tune into. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Break free. Break free. See this right here? Number 30, break free. Source is saying break free. Whenever you see the number 30, aside from what it says on the card, but the number 30 means that you're highly artistic and or you have a strong desire to express yourself. This expression can either be positive or negative, but it does need to come out. It does come out in some. You feel like it's your divine masculine energy by default, but it needs to come out, right? It needs to come out. So do some deep breathing. Do some deep breathing. So that gossip is, will we be one of the ones that's holding the sword, not the one that's holding the fan, right? Because a person could say, yeah, I don't trust this. I thought that was my friend. She was like my so-and-so. It could be a guy. That's a divine feminine energy, right? So divine feminine energies are Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It could be that type of energy, right? It's a divine feminine. It could be in a man's body. Don't get it, because we're talking about spirits here. So, or it could be, a woman, right? So, pay close attention. Just pay close attention. I was just trying to see if there's any other information coming down about this. 111. I am creative. Angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe a life that you love. Another thing I was getting ready to say too is that these are family members. These are, whether they're in-laws or whatever, that would, it's like a person who would put you back into a situation, like they know that you're sad about something, right? And they will put you back into a situation versus saying, just leave that. Like, just leave it alone, close out the cycle and move on, right? But it's one energy in particular. It's one energy in particular. One energy in particular. See, somebody is so focused on the people that said something or cut you off and just moved on. Somebody's so focused on all of that that they can't see that the energy is right in their life. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's pull this. Confidence. Affirmations for confidence. I matter. I am kind. I act in spite of fear. I keep the promises I make to myself. My voice matters. Someone needs to hear it. My tribe wants me to succeed. I allow doubt to float away with ease. So protect your energy. Protect your energy and get by yourself somewhere. Do something. Take just a day or a weekend out for yourself. Or turn the television off at the end of the day, like shut everything down, turn on some high vibration music or whatever, and just start free writing. Get everything out of your system. Let God guide you. Let the God in you guide you to help you with some things, because somebody needs to heal, not focus on coexisting and just keeping a bunch of confusion around them and not knowing, because you got a lot of energies around you that's trying to get to this right here, and this is the wealthiest card in the deck. So it is definitely harvest time for you, and so you want to pay attention to all the energies, because the more and more you tune into God's channel, source inside of you, and see things from a higher frequency, and you already have an innate spiritual understanding of things, the clearer and clearer things are going to become, so that you can go ahead and start the process of releasing some energies. That is what I have for you, Aries. Sources saying, again, hang in there. We got some planets that are currently retrograde right now, which is a great thing. It's always good when planets retrograde. Pluto is retrograde, Saturn is retrograde, and Neptune goes retrograde on the 30th. So you're seeing it on the 30th. Neptune is retrograde. So again, aim high. Don't forget to dream bigger. You're not imagining things. You may be overwhelmed, but you're not imagining things. And pay attention to the people that's around you right now, that's in your life right now. People that those energies where your heart is a little conflicted with those. So that is what I have for you, and I will see you all on Sunday. Bye.